I called a meeting of all of the senior group leaders going back to 1978.
Much of it was shock and dismay, right? I thought Benedict's was an all-boys school. That's our identity. That's who we are. And now you guys are ruining it.
The more recent guys had more concern than the older guys, because the older guys were all old enough to have daughters.
Many alumni I know were so married, as they should have been, to the idea of thy sons forevermore are we.
And the alumni themselves were enormously supportive.
As an alumnus, my own personal thing when I first heard of it was, this is crazy. Let's do it.
We adapt to the community as we find it around us, the needs of the community.
Surely because it was impossible. That made it even more intriguing.
In the beginning, there'd be discussions and arguments that we can't do that, we don't have enough money to do this.
But we know the history since 1972, and we know very well that just because it's impossible doesn't mean it can't be done.
Somebody told me that an adult who was a religious, so I actually should have known better, told me that, well, listen, it's April, there's no way you can start a school.
But we specialize in that, changing a flat while the car is still moving.
But once he said you can't do it, then I was convinced we had to do it.
The Lord had other plans, as often happens, right?
The pandemic hit, and space was no longer a problem because we had space for everybody. Everybody sat home and was on the computer.
The Rule of Benedict is famous for its adaptability.
We certainly feel the responsibility to serve anybody that is here. So we have the food pantry. Nothing says, well, we have to have a food pantry. Nothing says we have to care for people who come to the door. In one sense, we could have said, oh, tough. That's life. Your school closed. What can we do about it?
And now we have a girls' division.
Because of where we are and who we want to serve, there's always been a change. No, you can't say, well, we've always, that's a tough sentence to finish, right? Because we haven't always done that, even for people who think we have. It's a good reminder that we've never stayed the same for very long.